How's it going, guys? Welcome to another video of Transport Fever 2. Now, it's been a long time since I've even so much as remotely uploaded a video of this game. But with the announcement of Transport Fever 3, I wanted to hop in here and give a crack at it again. There are mods in the game. A lot of it is just vehicle mods and stuff like that, like ships and stuff, because I have a unique fascination about those. Not going to lie. Um, we are going to start in this area here because there's an oil well, an oil refinery. St. Petersburg over here needs fuel. Anaheim needs fuel, and there is a refinery there. So, my goal is to feed both these oil wells into this one, and then from the oil well, the oil refinery to the fuel refinery to Anaheim, back to a train station in St. Petersburg, and fuel St. Petersburg. Then have another one, this oil well, get connected to the oil refinery, feed into this one, and that way we can get Worcester. Once we get Worcester going, we can then see about getting these coal mines and these iron mines here hooked into the Worcester steel mill. But that will be for a later date. However, let's go ahead and get this going. So, what we need to do is to first lay down a road depot. Alright, we are going to put the road depot here. And then we are going to there we go. We are going to add 2 lines. There we go. That way it goes to that first and then moves on from there. Next, we are going to purchase about 20 of these. And we'll give them a nice gray charcoal collar. And we will unpause the game. Okay. So we'll let that run for just a bit. We'll see how it's going from there. We are actually going to go ahead and add a couple more cargo platforms to that, so that way it can build as much stock as it can while these get there. And while that is going, we shall see how profitable this is. Alright, everybody. My game ended up crashing, so go figure with that. So we're going to have to restart here. We will place this bad boy. Where's the cheapest? Bam. I wonder if an unload stop would be better for this. And then we will go ahead not bad. Alright. We will create a new line to here to here. Want to try that truck drop off thing. We'll grab 30 of these bad boys. Goes to 1,000,000. We will paint it the same charcoal-like color. So before the game crashed, it was actually doing pretty good. So we will go ahead. So we will go ahead and get this going. Once they all spread out, it shouldn't be too bad. See how this thing right here does for us here. Okay. Okay, so real quick, I'm gonna go ahead and build this truck depot and move this line. Yeah, we're getting paid $2,000, but it's not really doing a whole lot for us. So we are going to go ahead and get rid of that. We'll add this as a stop. Utilize both of them because we're losing money because they're going all the way down and then they're turning around. So it's doing fairly okay. We've already paid off half of what we've already invested into it. I am going to go ahead and take a loan out here, and we are going to build for these two platforms here. And then down here, oop, that is a road depot. I did not want a road depot. Let's see how far we can go from there. Perfect. So now we will do a new line going from here to here. We are going to have to configure this some more for a station entrance, please. Thank you. And we need a little bit of dirt. There we are. Okay, so this line at Petersburg Exchange can use okay, no, it's gonna be 1 and 2. Line 1 is doing fairly well. Line 2 is gonna be a little bit of a burn in our pocket. Unfortunately, that's just how it's gonna be. Why are you suddenly not wanting to manufacture? Configure terminals, charts. You're letting me down. There's only 4 here. There it goes. Now it's starting to make it. Line 1 is staying profitable, whereas line 2 has not been profitable. Yep, by far, but that's because it's not delivered its very first load. It is now delivering both things. Oop, I meant to full load. And full load. That is load if available. Alright. Unfortunately, these are gonna kind of waste. Alright, so this production rate should be met now. Which it looks like it is. So, I wonder if it would be great time to invest in a railway to get it going. Alright, so I have decided against building the railroad that I was going to use to come down to here. I am, however, going to expand the oil operation there to here and then here to there. So, that being said, there we go. $436,000. Are you kidding me? That is my fault. I should have paid attention. We are gonna have to build another road depot down here at Anaheim, even though I don't want to. We will build that one closer to town. Now, how close can we get this? Right there. Okay. All right. So, get that one to there. That one to here. We'll configure the station. All right. So now, what we are going to do, we're going to buy 10 each. We're actually going to buy 5 for the bigger one, line 4. Give these guys their specific paint. Okay, while that is going on, we can expand the cargo of that one and the cargo for this one. It's already looking like we're probably going to have to buy some additional stuff, but it's fine. We will let this go. We will repay 1.5 million of our loan that we took originally. There's no reason to have it. Just save us more money. Plus, it'll open it up if we need to take it some more anyways. I do not like that. The horses are... wow. Modesto and Anaheim would probably be a good place to put a bus station at, to be honest with you. And I wonder... this would be a little profitable, I think, because there's an incline here to get up here, but if... time will tell. Time will very much tell. Alright, so we're gonna want... that one using that one, and... that one using that one. Alright, how much are we getting from here to there? 1,500. I mean, that's not bad. It's not good either, but it's not bad. What about one of these guys? There's one now. Let's see how much we get from here. Oh, yeah. That's some good money right there. Alright. I'm going to immediately clone the 3 of those, and we'll buy 4 more for them. Now there's vehicles going to and from Modesto. Is there vehicles going to and from? Yes, there is. This map is very rich in oil. Alright. Line 4 is starting to turn a little bit of a profit. Line 2 is still somewhat struggling for some reason. Why? Line 3 is insanely useful for us. We are making a pretty good hefty budget from that. That is very ugly, but once I get more money, we'll fix it. I do not understand it. I just don't understand why line 4's running costs is just absolutely ridiculous. Might have to say goodbye to line 4 for just a second. Until we can figure something else out with it. We'll get rid of that. Save us on... and we will let this run. Alright, everybody. So, we have got our operations up and running. We started with this oil well, going down to this refinery, this oil well, to this refinery. And then we opted to move down to here with this oil well to this refinery from the refinery to this, and then I started moving passengers from Anaheim to Modesto. So from Anaheim to Modesto, I've started moving them from Modesto all the way down to Durham, Durham all the way to Modesto, and then Anaheim to Durham. I saved up enough money to put in a railway, which has been insanely profitable for us. It is making most of our money. Just kidding. It's this line. This line somehow, some way is making the most money. I don't know how, but it is. They're just going down the street and up, down the street and up. In the next episode, I would like to get Worcester hooked up to St. Petersburg, and then from Worcester, I would also like to get these two coal mines feeding into the steel mill, and probably some like a small little shuffle train back and forth. Sorry about that. But without further ado, I think that will be the end for this episode. This is like 5 hours of playtime right here. I am not gonna lie. 5 hours of playtime. And I am tired. But I'll catch y'all later. Bye.